friends and welcome to my nest. My name is Kate. Today we're going to be sewing block number 10 of our Designer Mystery Block of the Month by Fact Shop. The guest designer for this month block is Robin Pickens. So she is a designer from Moda. She designed more of a bright color kind of, she does the purple. She does more like a flowery, kind of like holiday-ish kind of quilt. So if you're looking for bright color, she does great fall orange color kind of fabric. She is your designer for that. You can find her at Robin Pickens on Instagram. So this is what our block is going to look like this month right here. So this is what I'll be sewing. You see a lot of blues, and I was thinking that it was a little too masculine for, I don't know, for my taste. Really. The only substitution that I'm going to make to this block is just I'm going to be changing this dark blue out to a pink like this. Okay, so that's the only thing that I'm going to be doing different. I think at the end of the day, I'm going to make this quilt and give it to my husband because it is leaning a little masculine and he's always saying that I don't make him anything. So I think this is a quilt for a man. If you're making this quilt as well and you're looking to give it to someone, I think this quilt will be perfect to be given to a male. Okay, or people that don't like a lot of flower, because from what I've seen so far, it's not a very flowery quilt. It's leaning masculine. A little bit of pink here and there or a lighter color will be okay, I think. So that is that. So stay tuned and let's sew our block number 10, right? These are my pieces all cut out right here. And it doesn't look like a lot, but these are a lot of little teeny tiny pieces to be joined onto this right here. And I've already made 2 of this ahead of time. Let's go on, start sewing. So we are going to take our piece D, which is the one that I improvised on. So we're going to take these little teeny tiny pieces and we are going to do a sew and flip, which is better known as snowball. And with these little teeny tiny pieces, you just have to be on your A game on sewing them because they're so small. They're not my favorite pieces to sew. Just gonna go ahead and just finger press it. I'm not gonna even use an iron right now. So we're sewing a super tiny piece to another super tiny piece. Okay, so I have made all this right here. I've taken this little teeny tiny piece here and I've connected to another small piece. So we're gonna need to make 8 of this all together. I am using pink instead of the blue because I thought it was too blue. Not that there's anything wrong with what Fact Shop has chosen. I just wanted to just kind of make it work for me. The next thing we're doing is taking the weave fabric. We are going to place 4 here, right, like this, and then 4 going like that. Okay, so we're gonna make the segment right here. So we're just gonna sew kind of like a 4 patch, and that's what we're doing here. So I'm just gonna sew this. I'm just gonna do a chain piece. That way I can get them all done rather quickly for the sake of time, right? And for this, I'm going to press them to the side because it's easier for me that way. Whenever I have an opportunity to press to the side, I do, because you guys know that I am not a press open kind of quilter. So that's where we are at. So here we are. I already have 1 of them done. So I need 3 more after this, and then I'll meet you here. Again, I'm pressing to the side. Okay, so I have all 4 of them done. Now this pink right here, we need to make 8 of this section. 8 of these to make 4 of this. Okay, so we need 2 per each little square. So that means we need 8. So that is done. We already made the corner segment for the block. So that is done. Our next step is to take our F piece, which is our little green piece right here. And we are going to do sew and flip, better known as snowball. So what I'm just going to do is put the little squares right here, so that way it'll be easy reach. We're going to do the same thing we did on step 1 with the pink fabric. We're going to put these together, and we are making 8, and I have all 8. Yes, I do. So I'm going to sew this, and then I'll meet you here. So now that these are all sewn together, and we need 8 of this, so we're going to just sew it together, and then I'm going to go ahead and join this on the bottom. Okay, so that's what we're doing now. Okay, so all this are sewn. I've sewn both of them together. The next thing they want us to do is to take our G piece right here and sew it on to the bottom. So we're going to sew, I have 4 of them here, and we're just going to sew it together, and that's what we're doing. I'm just going to chain piece it, and then we'll be done. Okay, so now we've sewn the blue, this blue right here to the bottom, and this stripe right here will make a great binding, but when you look at it all together, like in a bigger piece of the fabric, it can give you a little headache. The colors are very, I don't know, strong. It's for my eyes at least. So we're going to sew this white piece. This is our B piece, and we're going to sew it to the top of this little pyramid looking segment. Okay, so now I've done all 4. I've sewn the striped fabric to the bottom, and this right here, the background color, to the top. So our next step is to assemble the block. So this is where we are right now. Let me bring you closer here. So we are going to put our center piece, which is our H piece, to the bottom, to the middle, and making sure that this is coming this way, and this is coming this way, and this is coming this way. Okay, all right, see how it looks already kind of like masculine anyway. So I'm glad I substituted with this pink. So we're going to do this. Oof. We're going to do that, and then we're going to do this right here. Okay, this is what mine looks like with the pink being on the outside. Now I could have put it on the inside right here, you know, kind of coming out, but I kind of want it at the end. So I don't know. Either way, if you want to make a change or a substitution, you can move this and put it in here. So, and then you can still leave these as blue. I think it still looks good either way. We're just going to put it together, and then we will be done with this block right here. And then that block number 10 will be completed. Now, if you're receiving this also, you're doing this block of the month and you're letting it sit, I think I did that. I think it was 2018 where I let it sit, and then I got all 12, and I sat down, and at the end of that month, I think I did all 12 block in 12 days. So I just did 1 per day. So by the end of that month, when the last month block came, I was up to date. So if you want to use my procrastination method, you could do that too. But I hope you're sewing along with me already, so you don't have to do that. Something doesn't look right. So now I've sewn the wrong size together, and I will be visiting Jack the Ripper. So that's just the way it is. We all make mistake, and that's what I'll be doing right now, is ripping this part out. Okay, so I ripped all this out, and now I'm just going to sew this part on first. I'm going to make sure that my points do meet, and I will pin, and then I will continue sewing. So I'm going to sew this on just to make sure, because that was the part that I ripped out. I want to make sure that they match, because sometimes when you use a seam ripper, pulling on the stitches can cause your fabric to stretch a little bit. So I'm just going to make sure that I pin, and then ease in whatever kind of stretch that I may have created while I was ripping the stitches out. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. And never mind this, my sewing backing when I iron, it's going to look much better. So I'm just going to just pin in place and ease it in as I go on. So match the top, and then I'm going to sew. So this is my block all completed. As you can see, I changed the blue here to make for the pink. This is what the pattern looks like right here, and this is what mine looks like. So you can see what the color that I switched out. I switched out the blue for the pink. I think it looks nice. It gives it a little bit of oomph. Not that there's anything wrong with this. If you like the blue, there's nothing wrong. But for me, I wanted to switch out and bring a little bit of color into this block. So this is my block. This is what it looks like. So block number 10 is all completed. Hope you are sewing along with me and you are not making this a UFO, because this is very fun. It's a fun mystery to follow. So, and I am sewing this step by step here on my channel, so you can come back next month to see block number 11. And until then, I hope you are subscribed down below. I hope you will be back to join me on our block number 11. I appreciate all of you that have subscribed to my channel. I am very grateful. But if you have not subscribed yet, please do subscribe down below. It means a lot to me. So I am on a quest to getting to 2,000 subscribers. For me, it's a lot. With that being said, I would love it if you subscribe down below, and I would love to see you in my next video. You have a great weekend. Bye.